Spirit jerseys?
Yes.
I
didn't make that up.
I don't even know what that is.
Exactly.
We are live. You know what? Actually, I want to add the intro to the live show. I'll do that after this. Hope everyone enjoyed their break. I did for about a day and a half. And then I was bored. I wanted to go through an MLB slate. There was nothing available, obviously. I'm not the type of person that has any interest in the home run derby, the All-Star game. I know some people like it, not me. I didn't even watch one pitch of it, to be honest. So we're back. 15 games. That being said, not the easiest slate of games to bet. Anyone who's bet baseball for the last couple of years knows that you can come out of the break looking completely different than you did before the break. Teams smacking right-handed pitching, come out of the break, all of a sudden can't hit righties. Shit happens. So I've already posted my ticket on the website, so you can see a lot of light bets. Played 4 totals today, which is weird for me. Usually I'm 1 total a night, maybe. I have 4 totals on the ticket tonight, all half units. So we're playing it conservative. That being said, there are some sides I like. Oh, FDB's here. He made it. All right, let's get him in here. That being said, there are a few bets I like. So it's not like I'm going to be passing the whole time. There's just not a ton of sides that I like tonight. And I also don't want to go out on a limb. Like I said, it takes any big risks when we just get back. So let's get into it. First game, let's get a poll going. It is Padres, Phillies, or pass. Let's get that rolling. Okay, so last night you probably saw on the video that I had written Phillies or pass. I did not anticipate that I was going to wake up to everyone betting the Phillies at all. That caught me off guard. So actually what I ended up doing, this is not a big bet at all. It's a half unit. Because I mean, as you know, I don't normally switch sides, but I'm just going to Padres first 5 money line. I like the spot for Darvish. I think it was like minus 118 or something. I'll just put it somewhere around there. 1 second. And basically no new notes from last night. I had mentioned that I liked the spot for Darvish. He's pitched really well in Philadelphia over his career. Hold on, let me scroll up to it. So he's made 7 career starts against the Phillies. He's 2-1 with a 2.23 ERA. So Darvish has pitched really well against the Phillies. He's also pitched really well on the road in Citizens Bank Park. He's made 4 career starts there. He's 1-1 with a 1.42 ERA and an 0.86 WHIP. So he's been excellent in his starts in this ballpark before. He's also got a strikeout rate over 30% in this ballpark. And the one thing about the Phillies, and I feel like I've said this a number of times over the last few weeks, is, yeah, they got hot. They were winning some baseball games, definitely playing much better in the month of June, or I should say mid-June on, than they were back in May. That being said, they really weren't putting up crazy numbers, especially against right-handed pitching. I mean, I got the numbers right here. So, I mean, these numbers don't blow you away. I mean, the last 14 days before the All-Star break, 17th in WRC+, 22nd in on-base percentage. The last 6 righties to pitch against the Phillies, 2.73 ERA combined in those starts. So I'm not scared to back a righty starter against the Phillies. I also am not scared of Yu Darvish's home-away splits. As I mentioned last night, I think they're a little bit inflated. So I'm just going to straight up play Yu Darvish against Chris Sanchez. As you know, Padres might be cooling off against lefties, but for a while they were crushing lefty pitchers. So I like Padres 3-1 after 5 innings to cash this one.
Yeah, I'm on the Padres as well. Obviously the Phillies are a public dog. So I'm on the Padres on the money line. And then as we know, if the Padres win, they win by 2. So Padres minus 1.5 at a big plus price at like plus 145 or something like that. That's just a sprinkle. It's not like a huge bet, but I do obviously play it every time I play a Padres money line. Kyle talked about it. I do trust Darvish. He's got a 4.87 ERA, but it's expected ERA of it's like 3.86 or 3.68, excuse me. So almost nearly a run less. And he's comfortable pitching in that park. I honestly think that this is part of like kind of where like I just bet the Padres to make the playoffs at plus 300 and their win total over. as much as their bullpen had struggled, a lot of their metrics say that they should do very well coming out of the break. Bullpen or park adjusted ERA, their top 5 and stuff like that. They might be a little bit farther down after the last 2 weeks, but it's all very good signs for the Padres. Manny Machado still crushing left-handed pitching. They haven't been hitting lefties as well, but over the last 30 days, they're number 1 against righties. So if they see anybody from the pen with a right-handed or that's a righty, they should be all right. So I'll take my chances with the Padres to start off hot this week.
FTB?
Yeah, what is good, fellas? What is good?
Yeah,
fellas?
that's right. We didn't even get to say what's up, man. I hope you enjoyed the break.
So good. I'm happy to be back. I hate baseball when it's here, but I miss it when it's gone. So I'm happy to be back. So I was looking at this guy last night, but none of his props were up. I had to wait almost right up until now to even get props, which is usually a good thing. That's usually means we're on to something. But Ha-Seong Kim, I'm going with his hits, run, RBIs.
That's my dude. Tell him.
I love that dude. Minus 145 on DK, so got to drink a little bit of juice. But Toast was talking about Manny hitting lefties. The top of this order hits lefties, including Ha-Seong Kim. His last 31 at-bats against lefties, he's batting 346, WRC plus of 200, and his ISO above 300, which for a contact guy, that ISO is through the roof. Hit this number in 7 of his last 10 games. Good history versus his team. And the pitch mix, always looking at the pitch mix. He's going to see a sinker, changeup, slider. He crushes all 3 of those pitches. Kim, Tatis, Soto, Machado, Bogarts, I expect all to have success today. So Kim sitting at the top of that lineup, confirmed batting first in that lineup. I expect him to get on base. I expect him to get driven in. I expect him to have a productive game. So Ha-Seong Kim over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
quick.
Yo, go ahead,
Sauce. Oh, I was just gonna say, I do have a player prop in that game as well. Manny Machado over 1.5 total bases at minus 105. The fact that it was minus 105 just sealed the deal for me. He's a $1 against lefties this year. So yeah, I love that.
Guys, prop beaver's fine, by the way. There's a bunch of comments. He's sitting right there. He's 5-3 for me. He's okay.
Yeah,
he's
this
safe.
idea that we're like holding him back, the free prop beaver. Prop beaver is in his element, making a den for himself. Leave him alone.
He'll be back at some point. Anyway, so what swung me here is I fully expected, because this one last night, Phillies were sitting at around plus 105, somewhere in there when I uploaded last night. I was expecting everyone to come in on the Padres with Yu Darvish on the mound, and I was going to get to sneakily play Christopher Sanchez as like a plus 115, plus 120 dog. It's not what we saw at all. Everyone gave him bet in the Phillies, and the price went the other way. So just really caught me off guard there. So I'll just play Darvish for Sanchez. Let's move on to the next one. Marlins at Orioles. Fuck the fish, man. I'm on Baltimore. Let me run a poll first. Results of the last poll.
I'm just saying, when you say F the fish, that just means you're salty.
I'm not salty.
You're salty that they're salty that they're better than the Mets. You're salty that they're good.
All right.
They're not better than the Mets?
Maybe right at this second, but overall, no.
Maybe all year long, but okay, go ahead.
Phillies, 50%. Padres, 37%. Pass, 12%. So Phillies do win our community poll. Let's run one for this game. We got Marlins, Orioles, pass. Okay, so before we even get started, actually, let's get my pick up on the screen first. Orioles, money line. Yes, I'm laying some serious juice here. I'm aware. I got it at minus 135 on bet 365. I already bet this one, too, so I got that locked in at minus 135. First, let's start by looking at this. These pie charts here. You notice everyone is betting the fish. Look which way the line is moving. The wrong way. It was at minus 120 last night. All this actually comes in on the Marlins. Goes 20 to even 25 cents at one point, but about 19, 20 cents in the wrong direction. Does not look like they are very scared. The odds makers are very scared to play against that Marlins action. That's for starters. But on a baseball level, look, this is just, I don't trust Sandy Alcantara. Toast is going to tell you he's coming back because he's had, 2 out of his last 3 starts were all right, maybe 2 or 3 of them. But overall, this isn't even a good spot for him. So even if you are a Sandy Alcantara believer, and I'm not hating on you if you are, But even if you are, how do you like the spot? I mean, Baltimore's going to start 7 lefties tonight. 7. Sandy's numbers against lefties are not good. 336 WOBA, 156 WHIP, over a 10% walk rate. I mean, this is significant. The Orioles are going to have 7 lefties in their lineup. I just can't get there with Sandy. Is certainly not in this spot. Maybe if he gets a more favorable matchup at home against a team that's loaded with righties, I'd be down to go back to the Sandy Alcantara train, but not this one. And by the way, the Orioles bats, remember when I was questioning them against right-handed starters about a week and a half ago? Well, they shut me the hell up. The last 4 righty starters to pitch against the Orioles, they got an ERA and an even 9, a 178 whip. And you want to know who those pitchers were? Joe Ryan, Sonny Gray, Bailey Ober, and then Luis Severino. So that's 2 great starters, 1 solid starter, all righties that the Orioles smacked around. I don't like it for Sandy. I think he's going to get smacked. And look, I'm not going to sit here and try to sell you on Dean Kramer. I don't even really like him. That being said, I don't like the Marlins bats at all either. Toast is going to try to gas this lineup up, and he's just being biased because in the last 30 days, this is a bottom 10, bottom 11 lineup. The last 30 days, 20th in OPS, 20th in WRC plus against righties. I don't know what people like about this Fish lineup. So, yeah, maybe in the bullpen department, Marlins have the edge, but overall, Orioles are the better team, and the line movement definitely in my favor.
Okay. You don't have to love the Fish lineup to bet the Fish because they're one of the best pitching staffs in Major League Baseball. So this idea that the Marlins are going to have to score a whole bunch of runs is kind of like this fallacy on a series-to-series basis. So yeah, I'm on the Fish. I didn't see it as bad as it was. The last time I checked, it was like 40% of the money is on the Fish at that big number. So I don't know. We'll see where it is, but I do think that Sandy's back. I think that he fixed something mechanically after that Toronto start. I understand that the Braves got a couple 4 off of him on 5 hits. That really doesn't do much for me. They get that off of everybody in the world. But against Boston and Philly, Sandy pitched very well. Obviously, both teams are going to have that full arsenal of the bullpens, but unfortunately for those Baltimore Orioles, a couple of those guys were in the All-Star game, so they're not exactly fresh going east to west, back to the east. That's thin. I'll give you that. But
that's razor thin.
At the big plus price, I'm still taking the Fish.
All right, FTB, you breaking this tie?
Yeah, I'm not picking a side. I mean, I really want to pick Baltimore, but Dean Kramer, I can't trust that guy. So, but I do have some stuff I like. So I gave you guys some juice last time. I got to balance it out. Give you guys some plus money. So I'm on Santander over 1.5 total bases at plus 104. And I'm on Jesus Sanchez over 1.5 total bases at plus 130. I also parlayed them together, both guys' total bases for plus 390. So, I mean, pretty much the same cap for both guys. Both guys are hot right now. So, last 14 days, both guys batting above 333, ISOs above 300. Last like 30 to 40 at-bats versus righties for both guys, same kind of deal. Both guys huge ISO numbers, both above 300. Batting for average as well. Jesus Sanchez is striking out a little bit more, but it's a give and a take with him. And it's the pitch mix. So I won't run through all the numbers, but just for an example, so versus lefties, Sandy's going to throw his changeup, his 4-seamer, and his sinker most of the time. Versus the changeup, Santander 167 ISO, which is very respectable versus a changeup. Versus the 4-seam fastball, 244 ISO, almost a 400 WOBA. So you love that. Versus sinker, absolutely crushing as well. 200 ISO, 372 WOBA. Same thing for Jesus Sanchez. The power numbers versus the pitch mix he's going to see from Kramer are incredible. Kramer's fastball is getting hit his hardest. That's his hardest. That's the pitch that's getting hit the hardest in his pitch mix, and Jesus Sanchez absolutely crushes fastball. So I believe I gave him out last time I was on the show, and we cashed on him, and it's for the same reasons. He's heating up. He's smacking the ball. I think he's second on the team with batted balls above 95 miles per hour in the last 14 days. So he's crushing the ball. I expect both of these guys to hit some baseballs hard as fuck. I think one or both of them leave the yard, but I'll take the total bases. Hopefully some doubles in there. Some huge plus money for the lay. I think both of these guys have a great chance to cash these bets early in the game. So Jesus Sanchez, Santander, a couple of bases each, and parlay in them.
All right, couple of total bases.
Really quick, I just forgot to add one thing. Dean Kramer has decent a win-loss record. He's 5-0 when the Orioles score 6+ runs, but he's just 4-4 when they don't score 6 or more, and a 5.64 expected ERA. So he's gotten a little bit lucky as well. So I just wanted to throw those 2 extra points in because I forgot to throw them in.
All right. So let's see. Me and Toast going toe-to-toe in this one. Poll is pretty split even. 41% on the Marlins, 46% on Baltimore, 13% pass. So community pretty split down the middle on this one. Let's move on to the next one, which it's the Giants-Pirates. And I passed on this one last night, but I actually have a bet on it. First, let's get the poll going, though. It's the Giants are in Pittsburgh, so Giants first. Pirates pass. Let's get that poll going. I know that this price is probably going to surprise some people. And I know when you look at this price, by the way, this is Giants minus 150 yesterday afternoon, so it dropped significantly. And I completely see why, by the way. I know it seems like the Giants are a layup here, and maybe they are. I'm taking the under at 9. And I like it. I do. It's on my final ticket. In fact... Oh, no, I got it at 9. That's right. I thought I was going to try to snag it at 9.5, but it wasn't available. So I got it at 9. So the Giants lineup, I don't know what to think about this unit right now. We know that they're capable of getting hot. We saw it back in, I think it was late May, early June. We saw them really hot. But in the 13 games leading up to the All-Star break, the Giants are averaging just 2.46 runs per game. Under 2.5 runs per game. Giants lineup just is not a unit I trust right now. They also dropped towards the bottom of baseball against left-handed pitching in the last 30 days. They're also still dealing with injuries. Obviously, Haniger still hurt. He was supposed to be a big addition to help that lineup, specifically against left-handed pitching. He's been basically out of the lineup this whole season. He's back on the IL. That guy Estrada's also hurt. I don't trust this lineup right now, especially against a left-handed pitcher. And I know a lot of people are going to look at Rich Hill and immediately think, oh, Giants put up 5-6 runs, right? I mean, that's how I feel about Rich Hill sometimes. So I don't blame you if you feel that way about him. That being said, you want to know what Rich Hill's ERA is in his last 5 home starts? It's 3.86. I mean, he hasn't been, I'm not saying Rich Hill's been great, but he hasn't been nearly as bad as you think. He's actually a pretty solid innings eater. He doesn't pitch that deep into games, so that's probably not the right term. But
you can use that.
I would describe him as he
goes 5+ almost every time out. I mean, you don't have to worry about it that bad.
But when you look at his game logs, it's like he's given up 3 runs, 4 runs, 3 runs, 4 runs. Yeah, there's not many 9s in there, like he's a perfect SP4 in your lineup. It's just what they want him to be. So I don't think it's crazy to think that Rich Hill pitches a good game against this Giants lineup at all. In fact, I think he's going to pitch 5 innings, 3 runs, maybe 5 innings, 2 runs. I think it could even be better than that. And then look, the whole reason. So I would love to bet Pittsburgh. Would love to. Clearly, it's the sharp play here, but there's just no way I could trust the Pirate Bats. No way in hell. Everything I said could be true. Rich Hill could pitch 6 innings, 1 run. The Pirates bullpen, which I forgot to mention, has dramatically improved. They've been producing pretty well. In fact, if you isolate it just the last 14 days, the Pirates bullpen has actually outperformed the Giants bullpen, which is crazy because the Giants bullpen's good as hell. So if everything I say happens, right, Rich Hill pitches a solid game, Pirates bullpen comes out, shocks us, and they hold the Giants to 2 runs, the Pirates can still lose 2-1, and I wouldn't be surprised at all. So I feel more comfortable on the under. I think that's the best way to go here.
Yeah, I'm on the Giants. Giants money line for me. I got it at minus 127. First and foremost, just to play on the number, just way too cheap of a price to get on this Giants team. I understand Sauce's concerns with the bats, but over the course of the season, they've just been playing consistently pretty damn good baseball. I understand 49 and 41 isn't the best, but considering the division and what we thought of this team coming into the year, they've been playing pretty damn decent baseball. 11-9 their last 20, 19-11 their last 30. So consistently pitching well, or playing well. I agree with Sauce that you can't. I mean, it's not like Rich Hill is pitching as bad as most of the people would assume.
Right.
He is. I 100% agree with that. But he got shelled by San Francisco in San Francisco earlier this year for 6 innings and 6 runs. And now this is going to be the second time this Giants lineup, again, not hitting very well, has seen him. They got guys like Bailey and Slater or $1 OPSs against lefties in that lineup that are both playing today. Brandon Crawford at the bottom of that lineup has really good numbers in his career off of Rich Hill. So the combination of that and that Giants bullpen that's been pretty damn decent and consistent all year as well. It's just too cheap of a price for me not to play on the Giants.
Toast trivia. Where did Patrick Bailey go to college, and what was his nickname in the lineup?
I couldn't tell you.
NC State, and his nickname, Patty Barrels. Me and Prop Beaver. he's become a fan favorite of me and Prop Beaver ever since we heard the announcers say it. We were like, Patty Barrels, okay. Oh, I got to order a jersey, Patty Barrels.
I'm really good with NBA guys in college, not so much with the MLB.
I mean, it's tough to follow. FDP, you got to play in this one?
Yeah, so I agree with everything that Toast said. I'm on the Giants too. I got it at -120. Sauce mentioned the bullpens. If you zoom in, the numbers look similar, but if you zoom out, and like Toast was saying, if you look kind of all year long in the last 30 days, I definitely give the edge to the Giants bullpen.
Yeah, no question.
Now, last time I checked, I know you have the chart in the bottom left, and this may have changed. Last time I looked at it, this is what kind of drew me to this game. So I was looking at the money percentages and the ticket percentages. Last time I looked, I think it was like 70+% of the money was on the Giants, but only like less than 10% of the tickets. So that's, obviously, yeah, that's sharp money coming in on the Giants. I agree with Toast. Way too short of a number for me against this Pirates team. So I know people are looking, at the surface level and seeing Stripling start and or be the primary pitcher, and they get scared of shit and let me take Pittsburgh at plus money. They made me a lot of money in the first half, and I think that's what a lot of people are doing. Like Toast said, there's many guys in this lineup that crush lefties. There's many guys in this lineup that are hot right now. And yeah, give me San Fran. Also, versus lefties, they've been hot and cold, but versus lefties on the road is where they've shined. So last 248 at bats versus lefties on the road, they're batting over 3. That's a big sample size, almost 250 at bats. They're batting 310, WRC plus 122. The ISO is almost 200. So for one reason or another, on the road they're getting it done, and on the road versus lefties they're getting it done. So I like the Giants at this price. I also took Wilmer Flores, hits, runs, and RBIs. That was at -125 on DK. For more of the same reasons that I just discussed, I expect it was really a toss-up for me between him and Patty Barrels. I love me some Patty Barrels. So just focusing in on Wilmer Flores, last 29 at-bats versus lefties, he's batting .462, OPS almost 1,100, WRC plus is 200. He's inserted at the top of that lineup as well. I think he's batting second or third today. I think second today. So prime position to kind of get on base, be driven in by guys like Patty Barrels in the middle of the lineup. Guys like Crawford at the bottom of the lineup. Toast mentioned him. Guys can get on base, either get driven in, or he can get driven in by guys in this lineup. So he's covering this number for 4 straight games, 6 of his last 10 games. So yeah, I like Flores today at that price to get hits, runs, to cover his hits, runs, and RBIs, and give me the Giants full game -120.
All right.
I did have a small hit parlay in that game with Slater, Bailey, and Crawford at plus 200. It's literally like a 0.2 unit play, but at plus 200, I had to play it. They're all lefty killers.
All right.
Well, Crawford's not a lefty killer, but he has good numbers.
A lot of passes in this one. The poll finished 53% Giants, 24% Pirates, 23% pass.
And this is one thing about the Pirates to just keep an eye on, not specifically about this game, but Andrew McCutchen's name's coming up a lot about being traded. David Bendar is another guy that they have rumored that might be traded. So a Pirates one of those teams to watch, because if they start losing a couple games and trade rumors start to happen, they might be calling up guys. They might be just an auto fade even more than they already are.
All right. Let's move on to the next one. Arizona at Toronto. It's another one where I'm on a total. Get my notes out. So same exact play. I don't even have to change the text. Under 9 again. And this is another one where it's not like sometimes when I give a total on the show, I'll openly admit, like, hey, I couldn't really find anything. This is a lean. This isn't. This is on the ticket. I'm betting this. Obviously, you got to show some respect to Ryan Nelson. I mean, somehow this dude continues to produce on the road. He's got a 2.81 ERA and a 1.03 WHIP on the road this season. FIP below 4. I mean, this man just continues to deliver. And it's, by the way, it just seems to be getting better because in his last 6 road starts, his numbers are even better. He's got a 1.49 ERA and an 0.80 WHIP in his last 6 road starts. So he's really pitching well. Expected FIP indicates there may be some regression coming, but still, I got to give this kid credit. And I don't know if you can count on the hot streak ending here because Toronto's bats aren't showing us shit right now. In the last 30 days, the Blue Jays are just 21st in WRC plus and 18th in isolated power against righties. 21st and 18th. I'm not saying that's terrible, but for Toronto Blue Jays standards, with the guys they have in that lineup, that's not good. That's not what they strive for, and that's not really at this price. Minus 180, I can't bet a lineup against righties that's just not hitting like that. Certainly not right now. They did get to Alex Vallejo, but if you take the last 8 righty starters to pitch against the Blue Jays, they got to 1. They got to Vallejo. But if you take that one out, the other 7 have a 2.47 ERA and an 0.88 WHIP against them. So they're not getting to righty starters. At least they weren't heading into the break. Now, my notes were for Bassett last night, but when they switched it to Berrios this morning, that doesn't really move the needle for me because I still like Berrios at home. Like, so you can kind of make the same points I made last night about Bassett. You can kind of make the same ones about Berrios. I know Jose Berrios looked like he was struggling for a little bit there, but he finished off right before the break 7 shutout innings of one-hit baseball against the White Sox. So I'm down to back him. He's still a right-handed pitcher, which I really like because I've been saying over and over again this Arizona lineup is starting to slump against righties. Toast refuses to believe it. No, actually, I don't know if he argued with me on that one, so let me take that back. But I was saying this Arizona lineup looks like it's slumping against righties, and it's happening. I mean, they're in the bottom 7 or 8 against righties in the last 14 days before the break. 25th in WRC plus, 17th in isolated power. So I don't trust the Arizona lineup. So in conclusion, the under. I like Ryan Nelson on the road. I like Jose Berrios at home, right? So I like the spot for both starting pitchers. I don't trust either lineup right now. And both of these bullpens have been pretty solid. In fact, Toronto's bullpen's been surprisingly good. And obviously, they're both well rested coming off the break. So I think this is a gift at 9. I like this under a lot.
I'm on the Arizona Diamondbacks money line at a big plus price at plus 150. First and foremost, just another play on the number for me. I understand that Kyle has talked about the bats, and I'm not going to argue with him. Their bats have been slowing down at home. On the road, this Arizona Diamondbacks team continues to put up runs. They've lost 4 of their last 6 games or something like that. They had 2 wins against Pittsburgh. Their 3 road games in their last 10 games were 3 games on the road in LA against the Angels. They won 2 of those 3 games. So they're just a little bit different for me on the road. Still over the last 30 days as a WRC plus over 105 as a team. They're 26-15 on the road this year. And why is anybody laying big juice with Toronto at home at this point anymore? They have shown consistently that they cannot be trusted. So yeah, I'm on Arizona at plus 150, and I kind of like it.
All right. I mean, if I had to bet a side, it'd probably be Arizona, but I'll stick with my under. FTB?
Pass for me.
Okay. All right. Let's move on. Well, actually, first let's check the results from the poll real quick. I would probably take Toronto if I could get it at like minus 125, but it's not even close. So Toronto wins the poll. 47% of the viewers on the Blue Jays, 35% on Arizona, 17% pass. So decent amount of people passing on this one. Let's move on to the next. Milwaukee at Cincinnati. Give me. Oh, you know what? Before I put mine up, let's run a poll. let's run a quick poll here. Brewers first, because this one's in.
Lots of Brewer money out there, huh?
There's a lot out there, isn't there?
Just floating around there, huh? I don't know about the freaking Reds.
I will be placing my money on the Cincinnati Reds tonight. I am on the I am on the Reds money line. All right. So first of all, like Toe said, let's make this chart a little bit bigger. Everyone's on Milwaukee. Everyone's on Milwaukee, and the line moves the wrong way. Only 5 cents. Nothing crazy. but it was a plus 100, the consensus line this morning at 7 a.m. Look at all that action on Milwaukee, and it moves 5 cents towards the Reds. So if you're someone that likes to pay attention to that, that's positive for a Reds bet. But really, the Reds just saw Corbin Burnes, and I know he has great numbers against the Reds. I was saying that on the show, a week ago? I was just saying that. But I really think he gets...
I was salivating over that spot.
Well, the first game? Yeah, I love the Brewers in that one. Not in this one. I think the Reds touch him up here. If you just look at his performance, 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, and that might look like he pitched great, but I'm assuming everyone in here watched every pitch of that game, and he was tap dancing on the edge of giving up runs for a lot of that game. He walked 4 guys, gave up 3 hits in 6 innings, which still isn't terrible, but that was at home in Milwaukee. On the road in Cincinnati, I have a feeling he's going to give up at least 3 runs in this one. Graham Ashcraft looking like he rediscovered the magic, man.
Put some respect on that man's name.
Look, we were always making fun of Graham Ashcraft, myself included. It was funny. He was getting rocked. Makes it easy to forget that the dude had an ERA under 2 through his first 6 starts of the year. I mean, he was excellent to start this season. So as much fun it is to make fun of Graham Ashcraft, and it is fun, let's not forget that he has shown us he can be very good at times. And in the last 2 starts, he's thrown 12 innings, allowed just 2 earned runs combined in both. So, I mean, he's looking like he rediscovered the magic, like I said. I mean, his last home start, 6 innings against the Padres, just 1 run and 3 hits. So he was really good. And you know what's weird is I like the Reds bullpen tonight, and I know the numbers don't really show that, but Toast can probably attest to this. I feel like the Reds bullpen has been gassed for like 2 straight weeks.
They just needed a couple days
off. That's
Put their feet up, watch a movie with the wife, play with the kids, come out, throw gas on Friday.
I feel like Diaz and Lucas Sims were throwing like 20 pitches a night for 2 straight weeks. Like every time you looked at the Reds bullpen, it was gassed for like 2 weeks. And I think that's what caused them to have those terrible bullpen numbers. I don't think the bullpen's as bad as the numbers show. I like the Reds bullpen tonight. So I'm on Cincinnati all the way here.
Yeah, so just a couple of things here. Everybody knows I'm already betting the Reds. I don't really have to tell anybody that. Shocker. Just a couple things. First of all, Ashcraft is back. He's getting those ground balls. So even if he does walk a guy or somebody gets on, like Yelich is going to get a hit, that's a guarantee. The ground ball rate's there. And then also the 2 teams that he's facing these last 2 guys, the Padres, I understand that they haven't been playing well, but that's a pretty decent lineup to face, especially at the time. And then the Nationals, I understand that the Nationals aren't really this team that everybody thinks is a barn burner team or whatever, but they've won like 4 of their last 5 series or something. So it's not like the Nationals were playing horrible baseball either. And then on top of that, Corbin Burnes, I mean, look at the numbers against Cincinnati. Like they're winning games, 2 of them, but he's got 3 no decisions. He's going 6 innings. He's going to give up 2 or 3 runs. One time he gave up 4. With everybody betting the Brewers, it's the Reds at home. Ding, ding, ding. Reds at home versus a righty. You know what that means. Jake Fraley over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at minus 105. They don't want to give us that plus money no more. They don't want to do it no more. So, yeah, that's it. That's where I'm at, and I'll let FTB go.
Yeah, I mean, all this Graham Ashcraft talk, I think y'all are fucking crazy. But I'm not picking a side. I'm not a big fan of these close proximity matchups. But I mean, Toast mentioned them briefly. I like Christian Yelich. Total bases plus 115 on DK and a double at plus 390 on Bet365. Total bases play also became an extreme value play. When I locked it in at plus 115, it was all the way to minus 130 on some books. So still getting some plus money there. Real simple. I mean, he's one of the hottest Brewers, if not the hottest Brewer. Last 43 at bats, he's batting 368. ISO almost 300. On the road, getting it done on the road too. Last 47 at bats on the road, 359 average. ISO almost 200 and a 177 WRC plus. Again, just kind of going to the pitch mix, cutter, slider, sinker mix he's going to see from Graham Ashcraft. Destroys the cutter, over 200 ISO, over 400 WOBA. Even the slider, which can be tough, still over a 200 ISO, 374 WOBA. So absolutely smashes Graham Ashcraft's pitches. Ashcraft, whether he's gotten it together a little bit or not, gives up a ton of hits, a ton of power, so a ton of ISO. especially from the left side of the plate. So I like Yelich. He's also just like I mentioned, he's on fire. Hit the total base 8 of his last 10 games. On the road, 3 of his last 4 games. And when he hits, he's getting 3+, 4+ total bases. So sitting at the top of that lineup on the road, really good chance to see 5+ at bats. In a game that's expected offense in Cincinnati, a hitter-friendly park. So I'll take it. The double at almost +400, I think, is extreme value. Also a smaller play, just a half a unit play for me. Ellie stolen base at +140. I'm playing this shit until it's Acuna territory. I don't know if y'all saw Acuna stolen base today is like -150. That shit is ridiculous. I'm gonna keep playing this shit until I can't play it. So I think it's a good matchup for Ellie as well against Corbin Burns. I think he's gonna get on base. If I'm expecting him to get on base, I'm expecting him to steal multiple fucking bases. So at +140, I still think there's tremendous value there. Smaller play for me. So Yelich total bases, Yelich double, and Ellie stolen base.
Great American Ballpark's number 2 as far as ballpark bow is best hitting conditions today. So I'm gonna have like a multiple guy parlay as far as hits go in that one. I just haven't made up my mind on who all I'm gonna do, but I'll post that on Twitter. But yeah, it's really good.
While FTB was talking, one guy said he looked like Drake, and then another guy said he looked like French Montana.
I say French Montana. I see the French Montana.
Let's see how the poll did.
Isn't that what he does?
Yeah. What do you know? The Reds win. Even though the public is on Milwaukee, our chat is, dude, we're like a Reds program. I swear to God. Our viewership loves the Reds.
We come here to bet the Reds and talk shit about the Braves, baby. Let's go.
51% on the Reds, 41% on Milwaukee. Only 7% pass. A lot of people betting that one. Next game, Dodgers at Mets. This isn't on my ticket, so I'm not even going to spend time talking about it. Mets first 5 money line would be my bet. I like Verlander at home, and I don't really trust Urias right now. But like I said, didn't make my ticket, so I'm not going to waste your guys' time talking about it.
Mets money line at +100 for me. I've said it multiple times on the show. Anytime I get Verlander at even money or better at home, I'm going to take it. He just seems to pitch better at Citi Field. He says he feels a little bit higher up on that mound. He's got pretty decent numbers against the Dodgers in his career as well. Urias is one of my guys, but I still don't really like the fact that he's going to have to face this Mets team after I don't think he's 100% right yet. He did look a little bit better in his last start, but to get the Mets at this price with Verlander on the hill was something that I just had to do. So I'm going to continue to bet Verlander at these nice prices at home until he gives me a reason not to.
Someone just said you look like a clean Bam Margera. So chat's bugging today. All right.
Somebody said I look like Arthur. We might have to fight over that one. Okay, I don't take that. We might have to really fight over that one. So
the cartoon Arthur.
No,
I'm assuming. I'm assuming.
Get it.
We might have to fight over that one. In terms of this game, complete pass for me.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said, didn't make my ticket either. I'm kind of on the same page as you. What really threw me was the Urias numbers, because like he's got an 8.44 ERA and like a 7.60 FIP on the road, but he also owns the Mets lifetime, and the Mets haven't been hitting lefties, so I don't really know how to read on that. So let's just move on.
I think Urias had that one bad start in Kansas City and stuff, which I think is going to throw it off.
Yeah, true. Bit. That's true. That's true.
It's really. I couldn't sit here after the guy who's 37-10 the previous 2 years, and I essentially paid my rent with. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that he's going to be bad. You know what I mean?
Those looks like Cheddar Bob. All right, 51% of the poll on the Mets.
I'll take Cheddar Bob. He was cool.
Yeah, Cheddar Bob's a nice guy.
I actually get that one.
Cheddar Bob's a nice guy.
I don't get a lot of movie and TV references, but I got that one. That was a good one.
Do I even need to run a poll with the White Sox and Braves guys? I mean, I'll run it, but for me, the way I bet this one is I'm going, and I know that, by the way, people in the comments, positive EV better type people, I know that this is not great value. I know that. I'm betting Braves, Rays, moneyline parlay. It's at -113 on FanDuel. Look, I know. I have a video up on YouTube explaining why bets like this are bad value. So it's not like I don't know that. It's just this is what I'm doing, and I'm just being upfront. This is what I'm betting in this. I don't even want to waste time going through it. You already know what it is. The Braves are destroying righties. Sure, Maybe they look like they might have been showing signs of beginning to cool off before the break, but still, no way I could get there against them with Michael Kopech, who, dude, he's walked like 16 guys in his last 3 starts, and I'm not kidding. It's 16. I don't think I'm exaggerating. I think it's really 16. It's absolutely nuts. Can't trust Kopech. Can't trust the White Sox bats. I have numbers here that illustrate all of that, but I feel like you don't even need to hear them. You know what it is. It's the Braves. They were certainly the best team in baseball for the month and a half heading into the break. No reason to doubt them here.
Yeah, it's a pass for me. I would love to come on here and say to take the White Sox at a big plus price. And I do actually think that Kopech's pretty decent. Like, look at his last 3 starts on the road at Anaheim. At Anaheim, he went 4 innings, gave up 2 runs. At Seattle, 4 1/3, gave up a run. At Cleveland, went 7 innings, didn't give up anybody. But the walks are there. I mean, if you were betting, the only thing I can say that the reason that I'm not like betting the Braves, besides the fact that I hate them, is the fact that they had like their whole team at the All-Star game. So maybe they're a little bit slow to come out. Again, that's just, straws at best, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just not there that. So I'll wait to play the Braves, but I will play the Braves at some point. I promise. Maybe.
FTB, you betting this one?
Yeah, I was thinking about being a complete fucking square and taking the same thing, Braves and Rays. That's
right. It just looks so juicy.
Yeah, I mean, I still
can't
might
wait till the White Sox win.
Yeah, I still might. Ain't no way the White Sox are winning this fucking game.
No way.
Put that energy in the air, okay, guys. Let's keep it positive vibes. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna be squaring a different way, and I'm probably gonna get roasted for this, but I like Charlie Morton 5+ Ks and Atlanta money line -145. Drink the juice. I don't give a
Fever
fuck.
just got hard.
Yeah, I don't.
He loves those.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. It's actually -145. Okay, respect the juice. Respect the juice. -145. I do not mind playing 6+, 7+. I do not mind playing the regular K line at 6.5+ money. I don't mind any of that. I'm just choosing to be a puss and play it like this. And I'll tell you why. So versus right-handed pitching, last 30 days, Chicago owns a 25% K rate. That's 5th highest in the league. There's going to be plenty of K targets for Charlie Morton. I'm counting 7 K targets in a confirmed White Sox lineup with an above average K percentage. And we all know Charlie Morton, Charlie curveballs, right? That's how he loves to get guys out. He throws it a lot. That's his out pitch. He can actually get ahead with that pitch as well. This White Sox lineup is devastatingly bad versus the curveball. I mean, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys above a 36% K percentage versus the curveball alone. So yeah, I think he can get ahead with his fastball and absolutely mow these guys down. So if you want to ladder a PPD, a 6+, a 6+ in the win, 7+ in the win, 8+ in the win, I love it all. And yeah, I mean, these guys kind of broke down Atlanta. We've talked at a nauseating amount about Atlanta, how good they are, how they're rolling. Coming off the break, getting that rest, that can be good for teams with momentum. That can be bad for teams with momentum. We're going to see, but it's the Braves, and I trust the Braves. I don't mind laying the run line as well. I just think this way is a better way than laying the run line at -135 or whatever it is. So, yeah, give me the square-ass PPD, and I'm probably going to play Atlanta and Tampa, a little money line parlay. I'm probably going to play that too. So, yeah, that's what I like.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's too good-looking not to pass up. Too good looking to pass up. Obviously,
I have a question, Sauce, and I'm not even making a joke. I'm being dead serious. Does it concern you, like, when you look at like Kopech and say that he, like, for instance, like his last 2 road starts, 7 walks, 6 walks, but he's only given up 1 run and 3 runs? Is that like, what is that? How do you look at that?
No, I mean, I don't even think like. It was more just like a funny talking point. I'm not even a Kopech.
No, I know. That's why I was being serious about it. I wasn't trying to make a joke.
This was more like I'm just betting on the Braves. It's not really a fade of Kopech. Right. And also the White Sox bats, they gotten like blanked by righty starters. So
right. I wasn't trying to make a case.
That was more just funny because me and Prep Beaver were looking at his game logs like, holy shit, this dude had like 8 walks, 6 walks, like truly insane. Anyway,
Real quick, I know, Toast, I know you didn't ask me. Also, I'm seeing some comments in the chat. Luis Robert, I believe, is playing. I think the confirmed lineup is out, and Luis Robert is playing. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I see a confirmed lineup. So
Yeah, he's
Also,
batting third. He's batting
yeah,
third.
yeah. So he is playing. There's been some questions in the chat. Also, in terms of the fade and Kopech or not, that's why I'm staying. That's why I'm staying off of. I'm sorry, guys.
Sorry.
That's why I'm staying off of Atlanta hitters, right? Because it can get hard to kind of pick and choose in that lineup. Sorry, I'm gonna lock them out right now.
All right.
It can be hard to pick and choose in that Atlanta lineup. And Kopech isn't always getting absolutely rocked, right? He's walking guys and letting up bases other ways. So that's exactly why I'm staying off of Atlanta hitters for what Toe said.
All right, let's move on to the next one, which is Boston at Cubs. Let's
Bello Day.
Yeah, it's Bayo. We looked it up. Finally, got it right. I'm a Bayo guy. That being said, I kind of got priced out here with Boston getting close to minus 140. Guess what? I'm going right back to yet another under. You can get this one at 9.5. Do I like Boston? Yeah, I do. But I like this better. So, and the object is to win money here, not just pick sides. So I just, there's no way I can sit here with a straight face and tell you I think Boston money line at minus 135, minus 140 is better value than the under in this one. Obviously, you know what it is with Bayo. In his last 12 starts, he's got like a 2.3 ERA, 2.35, 109 whip, both FIP and expected FIP under 4. This is dating back to April. Dude's a beast. He's shown us he could do it on the road. Went into Atlanta, pitched well, Yankee Stadium, at White Sox, at Angels. I mean, he does it all. There's no way you could doubt this kid at this point. And the Cubs bats certainly don't look to be the ones that are going to stop that. Bayo should deal in this one, as he's been doing for basically 2.5, 3 months now. But here's where I'm a bit held up here, and here's where I'm a bit hesitant to lay the juice with Boston on the road. I like Kyle Hendricks. His last start at Yankee Stadium was definitely an outlier. If you watch the video, I have a chart, and it shows all his starts on the season, and they're all hovering. His ERA and FIP numbers hovering at 4 or below, and then 1 where it shoots up at Yankee Stadium. Clearly an outlier. This dude's pitched really well this year. I know the Red Sox bats, especially on the road, have shown signs of life, but I think Kyle Hendricks is going to pitch a great one. And I love the Cubs bullpen as well, so that's another thing hindering me from betting Boston. Do I think, would I bet the Cubs here? No. I would bet Boston if I'm picking a side, but like I said, at 9.5, this has got to be square, because I don't even know how we're getting this at 9.5, to be honest.
Because the weather's fantastic in Wrigley. That's why.
Who cares? I don't care at all. Under.
Okay.
Okay.
Boston first 5 on the run line at plus 100. It's Bayo Day. It is what it is. I'm going to continue to bet them and bet him. He's been absolutely fantastic for Boston. But yeah, I mean, I continue. We bet him every time. I don't really want to bet against Chicago all the way this full game, because I'm really not there with this Boston team as far as a whole. But I'm definitely there with Bayo. Last couple starts against Texas, Miami, the White Sox, the Yankees twice, all 2 runs or less. Matter of fact, he had 2 runs against Texas, 1 run against everybody else. So dude's just been fantastic. I will say that Hendricks has been a little bit better than I expected from him. And his last 2 starts were on the road, so he should be able to pitch a little bit better. He pitched decent against Baltimore at home. Didn't look great against Philadelphia, but Philadelphia was on a roll at that time, or starting that big, long roll. So, but yeah, I'll take my chances with Boston in the first 5 at a plus price.
Okay. FTB, you got to play in this one?
Yeah, I just want to answer a question in the chat real quick. It says, does this guy bet Miami every game no matter what? The answer to that question is yes, he does. Moving on to this game. So I hate betting Boston. I'm a Boston fan. I hate betting Boston. It seems like every time I bet Boston, they mush the fuck out of me. But I'm going to do it again. I'm in line with Toast. I'm taking the money line instead because I'm a big puss. And I'm paying the juice at minus 135 just for the push potential. Completely in line with what he's saying. It's Brian Bello Day. This guy's a fucking stud. He's the ace of our staff. When guys are making contact, they're making really, really soft contact. And this Cubs team is not clicking offensively right now. So as much as I don't trust the Boston offense, I trust them more than the Chicago offense to be more consistent against Hendricks. I know Hendricks has, pitched well. Some of his expected numbers say he's due for a little bit of regression. But yeah, I mean, with the push potential, the only way I'll take the Red Sox is the safest way possible, even if that means paying a little bit more juice. So I'm fully expecting Boston to not score at all in the first 5, and hopefully that means it's 0-0 in the first 5 and we push. Either way, a couple of props I'm looking at too. I haven't decided quite yet, but between Yoshida total bases and Jalen Durant total bases, it's the same cap for both guys. I mean, both guys are doing really, really well. They're the hottest Red Sox hitters to date. Probably throw Justin Turner in there too. Last 30 days. They're smashing righties. They smash the pitch mix they'll see. They're also on the road, so better chance for 5+ at bats. So I like those two guys. Haven't decided which one I'm going to take, but definitely on Boston first 5 money line.
Someone just told me, said Kyle looks like the Big Show. Big Show's got like a foot and a half on me, bro.
Bro, what the fuck?
A foot and a half? He's got like 2 feet on you.
He's 7 foot, isn't he?
How tall are you? Like 5'4"?
You are not 6 foot, Kyle. Stop.
Yeah, a foot and a half. He's 7 foot. I'm 5
Okay, there
foot
you go.
6
Foot
and
and
some
a half.
change. So Red Sox 70%, Cubs 25%, Pass 4%. All right, let's move on to the Big Show. What the hell? All right, Cleveland at Texas. I said last night I was going to take the over or Cleveland team. Oh, you know what? Let me run a poll on this one. The Big Show. What the hell?
All I can hear is, "Well, it's the Big Show."
Guardians, Rangers, Pass. A lot of people on Cleveland here at plus money, and I looked at it. I wanted it, but it came down for me. I just can't look you directly into the camera and tell you I fully trust Aaron Savali in this spot. I can't do it, and I like Savali. So I'm just going over. This is my 4th total. I told you I got 4 totals today, which is insane for me. But these aren't even leans. I like them. I'm betting all 4 of them. I like the over at 8.5. All right, let me scroll down to my notes. So Toast was the one that pointed this out, and I don't know if he's right about this blister thing, but ever since he said that, he's looked to be right because he's really, I mean, I thought when he first said it on the show, I was like, dude, what are you talking about, this stupid blister? But if you look at his numbers from his first 12 starts of the year to his last 4 starts, I mean, we're talking about a 2.32 ERA up to a 6.98 ERA. There's no doubt we've seen a major drop in production in John Gray. Maybe it's this stupid blister. Maybe Toast is just imagining things, but the numbers don't lie. There's a drop-off. I don't know if I trust John Gray at all here. Not that the Cleveland lineup, they seem to have leveled out a bit. They got real hot, not really hitting with much power. In fact, in the last 30 days, they're dead last in isolated power, but somehow second in average. Doesn't make sense at all. So they're hitting righties, but not hitting them with power. I don't know. Take that as you will. They're also randomly lighting up. They lit up Brady Singer. Then before that, they couldn't touch Jordan Lyles. I really don't know what to think of the Cleveland lineup right now. I just know I don't trust John Gray. So I think Cleveland gets to him. And then on the other side, we have Aaron Savali, and his numbers look great, man. He's having a great season. We have every reason to trust this guy except one. He's made 9 starts on the year, right? He's made 9 starts. None of them have been against a lineup that's top 14 against right-handed pitching. So basically, he's pitched this entire season, 9 starts, against bottom half of the league lineups against right-handed pitching. The Texas Rangers are 5th on the season against righties. So this start on the road in Texas will be Savali's toughest start on the season by a good margin, you could probably say. Yeah, am I a little bit worried about the Texas Rangers having 5 guys coming back from the All-Star game? Yeah, but I think at 8.5, I'm still confident here. I'm just going to play the over. If I had to pick a side, I'd probably take Cleveland at the plus money. I just don't like how public it is.
Yeah, I'm on Cleveland here, first 5 and full game. I got him at 120 on each one. Yeah, Saw said it. Ever since John Gray's been dealing with the blister, he's been an absolute fade for me every time he takes the mound, and I've been making pretty good money off of it, and I'm going to continue to do it here. You can laugh, but it's true, and you know it is.
No, I was laughing. The guy said Toast looks like he sleeps with his eyes open.
Yeah, my dad does. but yeah, and Savali, I will say it does suck because I wanted to come on here, and Sauce is right. He hasn't pitched against anybody. I wanted to come on here with a straight face and say he faced the Minnesota Twins, who were a division leading team, or was the Padres, who were close to it, and then the Cubs, who are decent. But I literally couldn't do that with a straight face. But I do think that Cleveland has the advantage here. I do like the fact that Texas had so many guys go to that All-Star game and come back, especially younger guys, their first experience. So I just think that all the advantages here for Cleveland. I can see that it's a little public. I don't love that, but at the same time, at plus 120, I'll take my chances. Like we talked about as well with that Cleveland bullpen, I think that this break does them so much, just like it does for the Reds and that team. So I'll take my chances with Cleveland first game out.
All right, FDB.
Yeah, some dude in the chat said the minus 1.5 is a lock. Trust me, bro. So I'm riding with him. He didn't even give us a team, but I'm riding with him.
Just lay it. Lay 1.5 with somebody.
Just lay it 1.5. Yeah. I'm gonna pass on this game. I got a weird feeling about this game. I'm trying to keep the volume light today. First game back from All Stars. So
that means you like Cleveland if you got a weird feeling.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what I'm saying. I think Cleveland squeezed one out, but I mean I'm not gonna bet against Texas. I think there's going to be a lot of people just betting Texas on a playable money line, so I'm going to pass.
Yeah. Hey, and just really quickly, and I know that you know better than this, FTV, but just so everybody knows, Texas has been really good the first half of the season, but their last 10 games, they're 3-7. Their last 20 games, 12. So it's not like they're just like this some fantastic team are playing fantastic baseball right now.
All right, let's move. Oh, we actually poll people bet in Cleveland, just like the public. Our community's on the same page. 46% of our viewers on Cleveland, 37% on Texas, 15% on pass. So let's move on to the next one. Rays at Royals, and I mean, I don't. There's no description necessary. Someone was saying this game got rained out. I don't know if that's obviously I've been live. I don't know if that's true, but this is the bet I gave out for the Braves. Braves, Rays, money line parlay. Sticking with it here. I don't need to tell you why the Royals suck. If I had to place a bet in just this game, it'd be Royals team total under.
The game is postponed, unfortunately.
Damn it. All right, well then let's skip.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're crazy for laying that juice.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. It wasn't. So, Nats at Cards. So, all right, let me get a poll going here. I guess I'll get a poll going. This is a pass for me, but it's not all about me. Let's see what everyone else thinks.
If you had to make a bet, will you tell us who it would be on?
It was the Cards, except for the whole world's on the Cardinals, and they're at like minus 190 now. I don't know. Now it's making me want to bet Washington. Also, when I capped this game last night, it was Mackenzie Gore pitching. So now it's Trevor Williams. I don't freaking know. This is just a pass for me. Not even going to waste your time.
Yeah, this would be over or pass for me. I really, really, really want to bet the Nationals. I understand they've actually been playing. They've won like 4 of their last 5 series or something like that. They've just been playing a little bit better than I think people give them credit for. I haven't really looked at the weather and stuff like that, but I noticed that pitching change, and I wanted to see what this line did before the show. So I'm looking at Washington or pass or over in Washington. That Washington team totals at like 3.5 at minus 135. That might be worth a little bit of a squeeze for that juice for me. Over 4 is at plus 100, but that's like another run and a half to hit that to actually cash it, not just push. So yeah, look for me to post something on Twitter if I love something more.
All right, FTP.
Sorry, yeah. So originally I was just gonna skip this game. Obviously, I had the same thing that you guys were looking at. Bunch of places have Mackenzie Gore pitching, and now it's Trevor Williams. But I found a prop that I really like, so I'm gonna take Nolan Arenado total bases. Looks like the best price. Still get plus money, plus 100 at BetMGM. So I am all over that. Same kind of deal. You guys know me by now. Whenever I'm giving out player props, it's the same thing. He's hot as fuck right now. Hot as hell versus righties. He's had a lot of success versus Williams. He's 5 of 13, couple extra base hits versus Williams in the past, so he has that going for him. He's covered his total bases in He's covered his total bases in 7 of the last 10 games. He has 4+ total bases in 3 of his last 5 games. Crushing righties right now, just demolishing baseballs right now. Leads the team in batted balls over 95 miles per hour since the first of the month. So this guy is just as consistent as it comes. The pitch mix, you guys know I love looking at that shit too. Absolutely crushes Williams' pitch mix. So I thought this was going to be like -120, -125, even for total bases. So getting the plus money, I'm all over that. Nolan Arenado.
Dude, he's got a 1.47 OPS.
Yep.
Friggin' the last 7 days. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
1470 is nuts. All right, let's move on to the next game. Yankees are pass for me. Oh, I don't. It's such a weird game that I don't even know where to start. I don't know what to expect from Rodon. Not only making it just his second start of the season, but it's in Coors Field. I don't even like betting games in Coors Field to begin with. And like I would love to sit here and take a shot with the Rockies, but I don't trust Austin Gomer to begin with. And then the Yankees have been absolutely murdering left-handed pitching before the break. In fact, they're top 5 in basically every single offensive category in the last 30 days. So there's no way I can get there with the Rockies here. So Yankees -1.5 is more of a lean. That's what I would bet if I was to bet this game, but I'm not betting it.
Yeah, so I did. I got 2 bets. The play that I like the most is Harrison Bader, 3+ total bases at +160. I've posted this on my Twitter as well.
You say 3 plus?
Yeah, 3+ at +155. Sorry, 160 some places. Just absolutely, he's a one-daughter versus left-handed pitching. And as Kyle talked about, the Yankees have been crushing left-handed pitching as well. I really wanted to play the Yankees. That's my lean in this game as well. I would play Yankees, but I also I played the Yankees and Mariners in a money line parlay at plus decent money. It wasn't like super big or anything. Sorry, I'm plus 135. So I played those in a money line parlay with Castillo. I don't think there's a chance in hell the Yankees lose here tonight. The only thing that's weird for me is that the total went from a 12 to 11. So I just running the run line. Now it's at 10.5. I guess you see in some places that just scares me kind of. So I'll stick with my Bader plays and just the Yankees winning.
All right. FTB, you got to play on this one?
Yeah, I agree. I think the Yankees win the game. Obviously, a gross price to back the Yankees straight up. Because the Rays are postponed, I might pair them with Atlanta and kind of double dip on the Atlanta side.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's not bad.
Yeah. So, yeah, I agree with everything that Toast was saying. I don't think there's a way the Yankees win the game. They've been hot versus lefties. Austin Gomber sucks. I think Carlos Rodon has a really good chance to absolutely slice through this lineup. Looked pretty good in his debut off of injury. And this is a perfect lineup to kind of, even in Coors, this is a perfect lineup to have your second start against. They are absolutely terrible discipline-wise as well. So I know his breaking shit won't be as good in the high altitude, but I think it'll be plenty to absolutely dice this lineup. So I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm not opposed to laying the run line with the Yankees, even though, like Sauce was talking about, even though I never thought the day would come that I would lay -1.5 with the fucking Yankees. But it seems like that type of spot. So I also think Giancarlo Stanton is going to hit one 937 feet into fucking orbit. The only problem with that is his home run is like plus 250 and worse, which is incredibly bad value. So I might pair that with another home run and run like a home run lay or something like that. But yeah, I mean, everything is juiced. Player prop market is pretty juiced. So the Yankees are going to win this game. I'm going to find a way to back them, whether it's a money line parlay or laying the run line.
I saw the comment about the Bader home run. I'm not like a really big home run better. If you really wanted to do 4+ total bases, but I don't know. I'm just not really a big home run better in general.
All right, let's move on to the next one. I know it's super public, but I'm sticking to my guns on Houston. In this next one, you know what? Let's run a poll on this one. I want to see if sounds like everyone's going to be on the Astros here. This game's in LA, so Astros, Angels, pass. I'm surprised. I thought I was pretty safe here, thinking, oh, Ohtani's on the mound. Everyone's going to be betting the Angels. And I wake up, and this is another one that really shocked me, like the Phillies game. I woke up shocked to see everyone on Philly. I woke up shocked to see everyone on Houston here. Everyone's down to fade Ohtani at home. I mean, I know my reasons why. I just didn't think everyone else would be there. Basically, it's not that I'm fading Ohtani at home at all. I think Ohtani could very well pitch a great game. He's pitched well at home against Houston over the course of his career. I believe, you know what? I have it here. What am I trying to speculate? I literally have it written down. The Astros are just 28 of 122 lifetime off Ohtani. The last 3 times Houston came to LA to try to hit off Ohtani, he's got a 2.14 ERA and a 2.07 FIP, 2.89 expected FIP. So he's been elite at home against this Astros team. That being said, I think JP France is going to throw a great game right back. So even if Ohtani throws 6 innings of 1 or 2 run baseball, I think we still could be looking at a tie game after 6. Then when we take it to the bullpens, this Angels bullpen is dreadful. I know Toast likes them for some reason. They're dead last in every.
You keep saying that, and I keep on telling you I don't like them that much.
Toast loves the Angels bullpen, bro. No, but I mean, so the Astros bullpen are 18th in ERA, 18th in expected FIP in the last 30 days. So the Astros bullpen has been just okay. Angels bullpen in the last 30 days, dead last in basically every category. You can't trust this unit at all. And basically, I think Ohtani's going to pitch a great game and still lose. That's how this is going to go down. At plus 130, I'm happy to take Houston. Hate that it's the extremely public side, but I'm doing it.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm on the bad guys here. I don't like the fact that it's super public either, obviously. But the fact of the matter is this is the 3rd time the bad guys are going to see Ohtani this year, and they're 0-2 against, or they're 2-0 against him as well. It's just really hard for me to figure out a way for the Angels to win this game. I will say that the Angels have like Estevez which should be a good trade piece, and Joyce, that young arm that can throw 103. But besides that, there's not a lot of in that Angels bullpen. So hate that it's public. So don't love it as much as I would have loved it a little bit earlier. But I am on the bad guys.
Pass for me. Absolute pass.
All right. Let's move on to the next one. And our poll for that one, everyone's on Houston. We got 62% of our viewers on the Astros, 32% on the Angels, 5% on pass. Let's move on. And we are moving on to...
I honestly, just really quickly, if you want to get around them being public, Astros team total over 3.5 at minus 115 might be a better play. Because for them to win, they're going to have to score 3 or 4 runs most likely. So
I disagree with that. I think the Astros are going to win 3-2. I can see them being down 2-1 after 6 innings and beating the Angels bullpen 3-2. I'm not even going to do a poll or anything because I hate this game. This is the hardest pass on the board. I still don't even know who's pitching for Oakland. I guess Blackburn. I don't even know. Don't care. Pass.
Yeah, don't care. Pass as well. It doesn't really matter who's pitching for Oakland. I don't think that Minnesota, if Sauce was pitching for Oakland, I'd still make Minnesota like minus 180. So I just don't think that you should be laying that prices with Minnesota. So it would be Oakland or pass for me, but I'm not betting this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Waldichuk versus Maeda. Either way, I don't give a fuck. It's a pass.
Yeah, right. I already knew. That's why I didn't even bother doing a poll. I was like, I guarantee you, all 3 of us are passing this shit.
It may be a sneaky under. I don't know, but because just this that Twins offense is just so terrible.
Let's move on to the last one. Tigers at Mariners, and this one truly shocked.
Did you get to Detroit?
Yeah. I was on Detroit last night. I put it up on YouTube. It was at plus 175, and I'm like, this will be nice. Everyone will back Castillo at home. I'll wake up, maybe get the Tigers at plus 180. I wake up and the public's on the fucking Tigers. What the hell? Why is everyone... bet the other side. Give me my price back. It's down to like a plus 150. What the hell are you guys doing betting the Tigers? That's my shit. Rob me of 25 cents there. I'm still on the Tigers. I can't believe you guys all are too. I thought I was going to be like my super sharp play, sneaky, get my plus 175. Nope. Wake up. Everyone's betting the Tigers. I was like, shit, I didn't get that many views last night. Where the fuck are all these people coming from betting Detroit? Basically, Castillo, we know he's got great numbers at home, but actually his last 3 home starts haven't been that great. Great. We've seen a serious drop off in production from Castillo heading into the break. Erod, yeah, definitely looking a little shaky in his last few starts, but expected FIP numbers are way down, indicating he's had terrible luck. I trust Erod. I trust him in the spot. I think Eduardo Rodriguez is going to throw a gem here. Seattle against lefties, just 17th in WRC plus, 21st in OPS in the last 30 days. Nothing special. In fact, in the last 30 days, the Mariners have only seen 3 lefty starters. Patrick Corbin threw 7 shutout innings against them. Framber Valdez pitched great against them, and the other one's McClanahan when he was hurt. If you remember, the Royals chipped McClanahan up during that time, so I'm not even counting that. The only two true healthy lefties that have pitched against the Mariners in the last month, both pitched great against them. I fully expect Erod to pitch great against them too. Really wish I was getting this at plus 175 instead of plus 150, but hey, this is the games we play. And by the way, bullpen production the last 30 days, Detroit's been better. So the bullpen edge might even go to the Tigers as well. I'm on Detroit.
I played the Mariners and the Yankees in a moneyline parlay. Just really quickly, though, a couple of things. I also did J.P. Crawford over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at plus 100. Doesn't really hit lefties super well, but has a 1.0 OPS over 14 at-bats.
I'm going to take a piss real quick.
Against Erod, yep. I don't really agree with Sauce's take that Castillo's 2 of the last 3 starts at home have been bad. I mean, I guess the Miami one, here, you can judge for yourself. Miami, 5 2/3, 2 runs, 2 hits, 6 strikeouts, not horrible. And then against Washington, 7 innings, he gave up 7 hits, only 2 runs. And then the Rays obviously got him in that crazy game. In 6 innings, he gave up 6 runs. But that was a little bit of a weird game. He doesn't even have the best numbers against Detroit. But this was back in 2020 and 2021. I don't love the fact that the Mariners just had the All-Star game and they're going to have to deal with all that stuff. And maybe there's probably a lot of random things they had to deal with at the ballpark and stuff, but I still don't trust this Tigers lineup at all. I know Javi Baez has some really good numbers off of Castillo as well. So if you're trying to play a little bit of contrarian, it's really gross, but Javi Baez might be definitely worth a look there. I wouldn't even hate like a Javi Baez, JP Crawford hit parlay. Teoscar Hernandez has some decent numbers as well. But Teoscar Hernandez was ranked as like one of the most unclutched players this year so far. I'm sure those numbers were changed, but it just kind of scared me off of Teoscar Hernandez. So played the parlay, played the Crawford hit prop, and that's about it for me.
Yeah, somebody in the chat said, I don't care. None of y'all picks hit tonight. Like, what a fucking jabroni. Like, shut the fuck
And also,
up.
we're on different sides of a bunch of them, so one of us has to hit.
The best part is they took their time out of their day to watch the show, send a comment.
You know what? He actually might have been talking about other people in the chat, though.
I don't care. What a fucking jabroni.
Jabroni.
Anyways,
I
yeah.
haven't heard jabroni.
Yeah,
it's super jabroni vibes. I like Seattle as well. This is all speculative, right? This is not stats and all of that good stuff. But, second half of the year is really about teams, looking forward, right? What's the outlook of our year? What are our goals and things like that? And these two teams are in completely different situations. I think Seattle is really going to turn up in the second half. I think a big Seattle run is coming. The offense has been very sporadic throughout the year. Yes, the All-Star game was in Seattle. That also means no travel, right? You stay home. I know, just like Toast saying, we talk about this in basketball a lot, right? You come home after a long road trip or a break, you got to kiss the wife, you got to go to parent-teacher conferences, you got to walk the fucking dog, all of that type of stuff. But I think plenty of time to relax and rest. Now you're still at home. Detroit's traveling to Seattle whenever that happened. I just can't back this Detroit team. So I trust Luis Castillo. I faded him last time out. He absolutely destroyed. I think it was the Astros. Absolutely destroyed the Astros. So I like Luis Castillo. If you look, like Sauce was talking about, if you look at it into a smaller lens, right, last couple of starts, last 30 days versus lefties, they're pretty average, right, average to below average. But if you zoom out, right, last 4 or 5 weeks, 6 weeks, the numbers are very respectable versus left-handed pitching. So, the third in average, 120 WRC plus, still striking out a fair amount, but still. I like Seattle. I'm gonna find a way to play them. I like the little parlay that Toast put together. Yankees and Seattle, might do something like that. So that's what I like. Not a lot of numbers to back it, but I think more narrative based. Seattle's at home off the All-Star break. I think they're due for a big run, and I think we've yet to see Seattle play their best baseball this year.
Really, one thing I saw. Can I add one thing really quickly?
Go ahead.
I posted this yesterday. I also bet Seattle to make the playoffs at plus 265 and Seattle to win the American League at plus 2200. I understand that sounds crazy. I'm not going to go into it. My buddy Jake posted it on Twitter. I retweeted it as well. Seattle has the 28th hardest strength of schedule coming up in the second half. During the first half, they played the 5th hardest schedule in the league. So they're getting a lot easier schedule here in the second half. I do expect them to go on a run here. So yeah, I'm all over Seattle.
Actually, I feel a little bit better knowing that the poll heavy on Seattle, 67% on Seattle, just 20% on Detroit, 12% pass. Real quick before we get to the community parlay, let's do the underdog pick'em.
To support the show.
Yeah. I mean, I was having a nice little streak here. I know I'm not known as the prop guy, but I was quite catching fire a little bit. Today, same thing. I'm sticking to the 3 pick. I'm sticking to what works. I'm not trying to do the 4. This pays out 6 times. This is Yu Darvish, higher than 17.5 outs. Rich Hill, lower than 5.5 hits. Graham Ashcraft, lower than 2.5 earned runs. Keeping it razor sharp. So that's where I'm going with this one. This is the map. Underdog is available in all of these states that are orange here. So if you're one of these states that don't have Underdog, you can download the app, use the promo code BET for your free $100. It's a deposit match. So if you deposit $100, it matches $100. So, all right. That's promo code BET. I don't know if I said that. BET. Anyway, check this out.
Hey, come on, it's the community parlay. What's the matter for you?
The community parlay. See, I had too much time off, man, with these All-Star break. I was sitting there just making dumb shit.
Damn, we didn't give our hammerlock well.
I know. So I'll bust one out real quick. Let's see if it works. Hammer.
Yo, while Sauce is setting that up for Underdog, I looked at a couple. Harrison Bader, 2+ total bases. I already gave that out as a play. That's on Underdog. Will Benson, a single or better. He's one of the better, hotter hitters for the Reds. He does bat lower in the lineup. Manny Machado's on there at 1.5 total bases. Josh Bell's on there, who has really good numbers against, Gray that he's facing. So there's another couple other guys that you can play with your Underdog thing as well.
All right, community parlay. We'll go Padres. No, Phillies. They wanted the Phillies money line. That's where they were on. Public was on the Marlins. Well, Giants, Pirates. They voted Giants. And D-backs, Blue Jays. They voted Blue Jays. All right, first leg.
So disappointed.
First leg of the community parlay. Let's vote. It'd be nice to come back from the All-Star break with a nice community parlay hit.
I got the baby just in case for the luck.
Somebody say he's using the community parlay to pay his child support, so we got to hit this shit.
Oh, shit.
Child support? If I had child support, he wouldn't be here.
Someone said Universal Studios is going to send me a cease and desist. Actually, they can't because that's a different Earth. I created that myself in After Effects, so it's not the same. I cover my bases, man.
Sauce drew that all by himself, you guys.
See those team logos in the top left? Notice that they're not exactly the logos. They're 3D recreations, so it's not copyright. All right, so 5 seconds. Let's close this up. 5. It looks like the Phillies are going to win this first leg. 4, 3, 2.
Is that the real Joe Rogan in our chat?
Probably.
Yeah. Joe Rogan's hanging out in here. Phillies money line. Let's move on to the next. It's no big deal. It's Joe Rogan. He watches in his spare time, bets the Reds.
There's 720 people. That's a lot of people. I didn't know. You never know.
I'm pretty certain we can count on not being Joe Rogan. But you know what? You never know. As far as baseball picks, I mean, of the live shows go, there's not many that get more views than this. So, second leg of the community parlay. Wow, are the Reds? I don't think I've ever seen the Reds get beat. Oh, because the Braves are in there. Yeah, looking like the Braves are going to take this second leg. So Joe Rogan has openly admitted that he is not Joe Rogan. Sorry to let everyone down. Joe Rogan is not hanging out in here. All right, so let's go to the next poll. So where did that one leave off? Red Sox. Yep. So we got Cleveland. Actually, Guardians might win because people liked Cleveland as a dog today. Rays money line. Oh no, Rays is postponed. No Rays. Cardinals money line. Yankees money line. And the public was on the Astros as dogs, so let's put that in there. So this morning I looked, and last night on YouTube I said I like the over or the Cardinals team total over in that game. I looked this morning around, it's probably like 11:30 a.m. 91% of the public on the Cardinals, 89% of the public on the over. I was like, Jesus, the entire world is on the same page as I am. So
I really might just sprinkle the Nats and not tell anybody.
Right, that's the kind of thing where it's like I might privately just bet Nats and under because that's insane. Like, it's insane, the entire world betting that.
One time I said, "Are we live?" and somebody literally wrote me, "Dude, you're still live." I said, "Okay."
All right. Joe Rogan in here selling Alpha Brain. All right, let's go. Yankees won this one by a landslide. So we got Phillies, Braves, Yankees. So this is going to be, we definitely need a fourth leg here because Braves and Yankees are heavy favorites. We got Twins in. I'll put Twins money line. They are playing Oakland, but I don't think that'll win. Mariners people liked, and then we'll put a couple second places in there. Reds people liked. Reds and Giants. We'll go those two. Reds, Giants. All right, final leg. Let's see what we're doing here. Phillies, Braves, Yankees, and one more. Cast your votes. And it looks like it's going to be Cincinnati. 5-4. Yeah, it's a blowout. Reds it is. Toast, I think you're muted.
Consensus 676.
676. So there is our first community parlay back from the break. Phillies money line, Braves money line, Yankees money line, Reds money line, plus 670, plus 676.
Actually, you can put 700 on there because on FanDuel New Jersey, you can get it at 700. That looks way better.
Yeah, I'm not going to turn down 24 free cents. Plus 700. Thanks, as always, for watching. And by the way, the chat was cool today. Thank you for, I appreciate you guys keeping it, like, appropriate because...
Yeah, like, it's fun if you, like, talking stuff, like, about us, like, calling us names. As long as it's cool, like, that's fun. Like, I love that stuff.
Yeah, it's when I don't want... Like, I can't have, like... Because YouTube will blur out the text, but mine doesn't. So, like, they say something horrible and it comes up. So, thank you for being respectful.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, thank you. That was fun.
Everyone, have a good day. Bet responsibly. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Toast will probably be with me. And I can't remember if I have a guest lined up. I forget. But we'll see you at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Have a good night.